What's up guys, Old Ed Mike here. Welcome to my review for Alive, or hashtag Alive, on Netflix. Let's go.
Sorry that you get attacked by a werewolf when you enter the world.
So Alive is a Korean zombie movie on Netflix right now. Came out in 2020. I'm going to tell you about it in just a second. If you could stab that subscribe button for me, helps me out a ton. Check out my metal channel down below, my social medias, Discord, and possibly my Patreon if you want to help support the channel. But so I read a few reviews online about this movie, and it definitely has a lot of mixed reviews, though it did come highly recommended to me, so I'm honestly glad I checked it out. I really enjoyed it. Basically, it follows, there's a zombie outbreak, no details on why or how or what, it's just one of those that just happens. People start turning and killing people and eating them in the middle of the street. It follows this dude who lives in an apartment building, and he's a gamer, streamer. He's already pretty much a recluse, so he's just like, all right, locks the door and just starts to chill in his apartment, just hoping he can stay there till it blows over, I guess. I don't know. In a little while, he does run into another survivor about halfway through the film, though this isn't a spoiler. It's in the trailer. They hook up, and then you get to see these people just, try to survive together. But, I mean, that's really the story. It's just basic as you can get zombie movie. Nothing new out of the ordinary, nothing. They don't innovate really in any kind of way, except the fact that this is very character driven, which I think is what a lot of people were turned off by. I guess they went into this thinking, oh, scary zombie movie, let's see brains getting eaten and shit. And they don't really do that. There's some blood and violence, you get to see some zombie kills, but they don't show the gore really. They show the zombies pile on and that's it. But you do see, the effects afterwards when people have they're all zombified, there's crap and blood and shit all over their face. So it looks low budget, but at the same time it's really, really well done. All of the effects are pretty much practical. There's very few CGI, just like when you see maybe a zombie gets his brain bashed in or something like that. But other than that, all of the zombies are real people. When you see whole groups of them, they're all actors. It's not like CGI crowds, which I really appreciated because there's so much CGI these days, especially in lower budget films. So I was really appreciated that they used real things here. So it made it helped it feel really real. But back to the character stuff. So you kind of draw a parallel with this guy, with the whole virus stuff that's going on right now. Obviously I don't think that was intended because pretty sure this was all filmed before that, but it's something that you can't help happen these days. It's kind of a thing that's going to happen from now on out probably. So you kind of connect with him a little bit more. I think it actually, you feel right there with him when he's sitting there, he's looking out his window and he's just like looking at his food and he's counting his food, and because I'm sure some of us have been there. I pretty much sure have. And you get to kind of see him break down and go through this transformation from, this lazy gamer kid sitting there drinking and to really trying to just live and exist, and how hard it is. And then you get to deal with the consequences of what happens when you can't do that anymore. And he contemplates suicide. And that's when he meets the girl, from across the street. She sees him and she's like, she stops him with the little laser pointer that you see in the trailer. And, so he's like, holy crap. And then, so they get this connection, and then you get to see them grow and connect together. And it's really thoughtful. This film has a lot of, I guess you would call it heart. There's so much character development in this, and kind of like Train to Busan, except Train to Busan was more of a traditional gory movie as well. I guess you would say it's a lot scarier also. This is not to that extent. It's, again, a lot of it all takes place in this one location. So you're right there with him, and you watch him and feel in the room with him as he's going through these changes. And that's what this film is about, really. It's a lot of character development. So if you don't appreciate character development, if you don't like If you really want a lot of action or scares, while some of that is in this movie, there is some pretty cool action scenes, I think. Nice fast cut stuff. Obviously the zombies are fast zombies, but there's only small sections of that. It's not like an onslaught of just scariness. So if you expect that kind of stuff, you might not like it, but if you can appreciate story and character development, then I think you will like it, as I did. And then of course later there's a human factor that comes in. I won't spoil anything or anything like that. Nothing is too predictable here, though nothing is really out of the ordinary at the same time. It's pretty standard. You just get some really good character development, and you care for these people, and that helps build the tension between the action scenes and when they're running for their lives and stuff like that, because you start to care for them and hope, you know, that things work out for them. I will say though, one negative thing is there are some plot holes. I don't know, man. There's some weird stuff that they just like forget about. The one part that stood out to me is it shows this guy's been in this apartment for like 2 weeks now. You know, the world's looks pretty desolate. You know, there's just zombies roaming the streets. There's nothing out there, and you hear like this bombing, you know, off in the distance, and you know, he sees like off in the city, and you see like bombs going off or whatever, and there's a bridge and there's like traffic. There's like lines of traffic 2 weeks into a zombie apocalypse, and it's just okay. But other than that plot hole, I really didn't find anything else to be negative about this film. You know, it's a nice representation of character development and growing and watching this guy change and, you know, deal with loss of his family and things like that, and the realization that he might not make it. There's really cool camera work. Really enjoy the camera work here. You know, you get the little changing effect when like the limbs are like snapping and stuff like that. Like that. So if you're looking for like a real gory, scary zombie movie, this is not it. But if you like a more modern, stylized, character-driven story with zombies, I think you should check it out. I definitely enjoyed it, and I give this an 8 out of 10. So if you guys haven't seen it, go watch it, come back, let me know what you thought. If you have seen it, drop some comments as well. Stab that subscribe button for me, helps me out a ton. Check out my social medias and my other channel below, and maybe my Patreon helps support the channel. Let me know if there's anything else you think I should review. And other than that, thanks for dropping by. Old Ed Mike signing off, reminding you, never too old for this.
Someday, love will find you, break the